Grand Finals, game number 1.
King Chris, Zero
and
Suit
BR1 AV, starting off on the PS2. Here we go.
Instant start off there with BR1 trying to drop the grenade, bait King Chris into it. King Chris making quite a bit of use there of the plasma whip.
Yeah, I mean, he's been plasma whip happy, you know, for a lot of the times we've seen him on stream as ZSS. It's a very, very, very useful attack, but you know, if he misses it, quite a bit of end lag. So we'll see if BR1 AV can take advantage.
Yeah, it looks like BR1 AV is jumping up in the air quite a bit, almost trying to get King Chris to follow him so that he can use his down air.
Yep, we'll connect with the Zaire to flip kick there. Further, just misses the boost kick.
Good mortar strike there, trying to predict where King Chris is going to be jumping up and landing. King Chris able to dodge out of all of it out of the way so far.
Yeah, he's quick enough to just scoot right around those Nikitas and all those projectiles that BR1's throwing out there.
A C4 planted right there next to the grenade, trying to get King Chris caught up. King Chris able to take it across the other side of the map, unharmed so far. Good grenade drop right to shield there.
Yeah, King Chris definitely got him in plasma range. We'll get the forward air there. Ooh, tries for the down air just on the edge of the stage. Does not get it. We'll connect with the plasma whip. King Chris BR1 drops the grenade, see if he can catch Chris, but Chris moves around it, but missed the plasma whip. BR1 gets the smash.
Trying to drop the Nikita right on Chris's head as soon as he lands, right on the edge of the map, trying to bait King Chris in. King Chris knocking him in with what looked like a plasma whip right off the edge of the map. But with BR1 able to bring King Chris up to 106, have to see what he can do. Trying to run in there for a grab. King Chris not doing much, but quick side A, knocking King Chris right off.
Tried to stun him as he was using the up B, but I guess that has super armor there.
Damage didn't do quite a stun.
Ooh, gets clipped with the C4. It was hanging on the top of the platform. Trying to read through
narrowly missed that quick stun. Went there for his smash attack, unfortunately.
King Chris throwing a lot of damage.
Almost there, good parry from that plasma whip. BR1 using plenty of use against the shields against that plasma whip, trying to avoid it as much as possible.
Right on. So again, King Chris just jumping around.
Trying to avoid as many projectiles.
For a Zaire or plasma whip. Connects barely with the Zaire there.
BR1 trying to bait King Chris in with a lot of the grenades it sees.
Forward air gets a quick stun, converts into a plasma whip, trying to catch him off stage. Was waiting for a roll, does not get it.
Trying to use more grenades, setting more off, using plenty of his shields to try to not get hit by his own grenades. Trying to get King Chris to follow him and get in too close. Try to hit him with any of those explosions.
Yeah.
Very good dodge there underneath that stun.
that crawl, it gets underneath the plasma stun.
Trying to get in close. Looks like he's almost going for a grab against King Chris. King Chris on 83. The plasma whip connecting. He's on 141. BR1 154, getting knocked off to the side. King Chris trying to use that plasma whip. BR1 sacrificing himself to get rid of a lot of that percentage.
I guess he was not able to recover there. Gets King Chris with his air.
Chris trying to make use of his
forward
percentage, trying to keep BR1 from getting
what a spot dodge! Yeah,
very good dodge.
BR1 just crouching, get underneath, but we'll get
very good
up tilt.
Very good up tilt there. The grenade getting some early damage there on King Chris. BR1 trying to build it up, but King Chris not letting him get there.
Down
Very
air.
Down
Forward air.
Tempted to go for the.
Okay. Your King Chris, you got him right. Got him in a good position. Yeah, gets the grab there with BR1 missing the smash.
Keeps trying to go in for that for that plasma whip or the stun.
So C4 is on the red part of the Pokemon logos. Hopefully King Chris knows where that is.
Yep. No, it's very hard to see. Looks like BR1 used it. Try to maybe plant a second one.
Yeah, it's on the right platform. It's forward air there.
Yeah, maybe he's gonna try to hit him with the very edge. Try to chase King Chris into it. Unfortunately, that plays against him.
Looking again for the Plasma Whip. King Chris able to shield against C4. Now C4's on the other platform. Connects with Plasma Whip there. Not gonna take it. Ooh, just misses another Plasma Whip. That definitely would have taken it. Up tilt here, and suddenly this is very close.
Almost go anyway. Up tilt into a mortar. Barely dodged.
And he's gonna get the up complete
by
comeback.
BR1 to hit King Chris out. Incredible.
Wow.
Oh man. Absolutely insane gameplay there at the very, very end.
Very, very veteran move there by BR1 to not, King Chris looked like he had control of that match, and BR1 brought it back.
BR1 definitely making some use of getting in there very close and very personal, despite the fact that he's got plenty of explosives and throwables there.
Alright, so BR1 AV up 1-0 in Grand Finals. BR1 AV coming out of winners. Looks like we are going to go to Lilat for game 2.
Very interesting pick here. Not too many times I've seen Lilat, especially in a grand final.
So, King Chris trying to work his way in with that's there.
BR1 trying to grab that grenade, use the shield against the own grenade to try to hit King Chris with it.
Alright, so King Chris is able to jump around his up smashes.
BR1 definitely keeping things very, very close in percentages here at the very beginning of moments of the match.
Back air. Back air again. Nair there. Going very, very deep. Wow. He's exploded himself into the up B to make that very, very deep recovery.
Good recovery he did. He's still back on the stage. 137, unfortunate so high, but with that rage.
He'll connect with the Plasma Whip there.
I'm not sure if I should say much about how characters are doing well or not, because it seems like I'm carrying the commentator's curse tonight.
Well, it happens to all of us, so... Alright, so... King Chris up the stock here. See if he can get some extra credit here. Trying to work his way in on BR1, and then that up smash is going to do good amount of damage. Nikita, not going to happen, I think. Chris with the dash.
Nikita unfortunately hit the platform, which means that King Chris is able to get some early moves in, especially with that Plasma Whip. Looks like he's trying to keep his distance with that Plasma Whip, trying to get BR1 to, stay as far away as possible while still trying to nail some damage. BR1 bringing in the Nikita drop right into King Chris.
Yeah, King Chris just down aired right through it. That down air has a lot of priority. Gets a grab, gets a stun. that'll take the stock.
King Chris still on 3 stock. Nikita gonna drop down as a quick tool to try to make sure that King Chris cannot recover as well.
Yeah, he's able to plasma whip kind of right through it. BR1 with the back air.
One good solid hit from BR here would definitely take King Chris out. But King Chris is definitely holding his own at the moment.
Gets a stun. Back air. Oh, great parry.
Incredible. King Chris quickly coming back in for another combo. Definitely building that damage up on BR1 quite quickly. Already at 82.
Ooh.
Oh,
The down air will take that stock.
BR1 has a bit of ground to make up here as he's at 110. King Chris trying to go up for the up air to knock BR1 out to equal it up at game 1-1 here in the grand finals. Absolutely incredible. And very
Alright.
interesting there for Lilat. You know, it's an interesting map to see matchups on.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out in the favor of King Chris, so we'll see what adjustments they make for game number 3 as they're up stages right now.
Mm-hmm. Definitely have to see how this is gonna go.
I want to remind y'all, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We are now partnered with Matcherino, so we are using that for our prize pool, and you can add to the prize pool by just typing in !! prize pool. So it looks like we're going to PS2 for game number 3.
Mm-hmm. Back to this match. It'd be interesting to see how this one works out right here. Very quick C4 plant by BR1, trying to get King Chris in close. Definitely the grenade C4 combo working out in his favor.
Yeah, able to get some quick damage there. King Chris kind of had to cede state control there, but trying to get it back here.
BR1's trying to make pretty good use of his timed explosives, like grenades and the C4, to try to get some distance damage on King Chris, trying to bait him into a lot of the dropped items that he has.
Yeah, so King Chris, jumps right into a up smash.
Dropping Nikita, almost landing it on King Chris. And using the
BR1.
down air.
Yeah, that has quite a big hitbox, and the grab to smash will take that first stock.
BR1 not getting away from it too cleanly though at 77%, trying to see what else he can do to get some extra damage on King Chris. Those mortars, the mortar and grenade combo seems to have worked out here. He's getting a good C4 hit on King Chris.
Sorry, the C4 was on the Poland Stadium logo. I don't think King Chris saw it. Oh! King Chris missed the ledge there. Well, we'll get that conversion there. A little bit of a taunt, but he will still got some work to do and make up against BR1.
BR1 keeping the percentages fairly even, but at a stock ahead. Definitely making sure that he's using his range in a way that King Chris can't get too close with a lot of his hits. Good parry there.
Parry.
Very close and very fast movements. Even if they seem so far apart, they are not.
Ooh, falls right into the stun. and will convert with the boost kick.
But BR1 at a bit of advantage considering King
And
Chris was 197. Knocks
The
him right out of the
D4 was waiting right there.
exactly what BR1 was waiting for. Puts him in a 2-1 advantage here in the grand finals.
Yeah, so BR1 AV at his tournament point here.
Mm-hmm.
One more win and he takes it over our defending champion from last week, King Chris.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to see whether or not they go for another stage change. That would be very interesting here.
Alrighty.
Waiting in here. Yep, there's going to be a stage change here for a moment. Let's see what they're going to get into.
Yeah, we're going back to Lilat.
Alright. Worked in King Chris's favor, so let's see how this can work out now that BR1 and King Chris have faced off in it before.
Yeah, it seemed to work out for King Chris last time, but, you know, he's got to take this, so he wants a chance to defend his title.
Oh yeah, this is a it's an interesting situation here for both the players. BR1 potentially taking it. Both playing very conservative here in the opening moments. BR1 trying to make as best use out of his explosive projectiles as he can, but King Chris trying to use any of those moments where BR1 is in a bit of a, I don't want to call it lag, but in a bit of a moment where, a bit of a moment of vulnerability. And it seems to be working in his favor at the moment. Knocking BR1 up to a higher percentage of 69, King Chris 17.
Yeah, if you're King Chris, you definitely want this type of start here. And I'm guessing, you know, Chris is comfortable on Lilat to go to the stage twice here.
BR1 trying to do his best to try to get some of that range damage he was able to get on PS2, but King Chris attempting to deny that, using the triple platforms here on Lilat, especially with that lowered edges on the main platform.
Connects a bit with the flip kick there.
BR1 able to equalize some of that damage here real quick. Trying to make sure that King Chris can't hit him too much in the opening moments.
Alright. King Chris trying to... gets a plasma there. Gets a dash attack. Gets
BR1 up. Attempting to go for that stun, but not allowing BR1 able to get away as soon as he can. Goes for that mortar attack.
Alright. So BR1 is trying to use those C4 and those platforms because they're a little bit lower to see if he can clip King Chris as he runs underneath. King Chris trying for the plasma whip, gets clipped by a grenade. But BR1 is expecting those plasma whips to come out.
Yeah, considering how much we've seen King Chris use it against BR1, the plasma whip almost seemed like an easy dodge from BR1. Attempting to use a lot of this mortar to knock King Chris into the air. Looks like a grenade there. Apart.
Ooh, what a spot dodge! Not able to convert off the grab.
She used the key to drop right onto King Chris, but that grab with the plasma whip knocking BR1 right out the up A.
Falls right into King Chris's up smash to take the first stock. Alright.
BR1.
Ooh!
Down air, definitely doing some damage.
Barely missed getting clipped by the Nikita there, but that D4 was waiting on that top platform. Now even up the stocks.
And almost even up the percentages.
So, you know, pretty even right now, but obviously you know, BR1 at his tournament point here.
Definitely keeping those percentages as even as possible, trying to make sure that King Chris can't make any of this to his advantage. Almost making King Chris jump around and not be able to land any of his hits a lot. Good side strat there. Surrounding himself in fire and explosions, even if it means taking a little damage to himself, just to try to pull King Chris into the fray.
Yeah, you're right, getting clipped by his own grenade there.
Almost like he's trying to make King Chris get in and pull a bit of moves, but it's a little too risky. Before they're on that third platform, attempting to get the Nikita there on the recovery, unfortunately failing. Almost looked like there was some super armor.
Yeah, King Chris was waiting for that roll to get a stun, but does not get it. BR1 not biting. Trying to get a lead trapping situation there, but again, King Chris is so agile with CSS, able to move right around it.
Like, BR1 might be trying to get King Chris, or might have been trying to get King Chris to that third platform where he had the C4, but unfortunately failing to do so before he died. Knowing that C4 melt like void.
Ooh, it's clipped there. And we'll get hit by the Nikita to even up the stocks. So right now, BR1 AV at potentially a tournament win point here. But
King Chris coming in with those plasma moves really hard, really fast, knocking BR1 up to 72% without taking any of his own. BR1 attempting to lay some traps with his grenades, trying to catch King Chris off guard. King Chris seemingly not falling for it for the moment.
Alright, so BR1 at 107%, so one more plasma whip should do it here with the not too much room in the side blast zones here in Lilac. King Chris definitely fishing for that plasma whip, side B.
We'll have to see how much they can do. Just about 40 seconds remaining. Will BR1 be able to hold on and be able to get King Chris out? King Chris only on 37, BR1 on 111.
But remember, BR1 has made a comeback from this type of a deficit before.
Oh, of course, King Chris trying to make use of that high recovery. Unfortunately, not able to nail a hit. Less than 10 seconds remain right now.
Goodness, I didn't even realize that.
It's getting very close here. But unfortunately, King Chris is able to nail, what was that, the up A. He knocked BR1 off there at the very last moment. Within 10 seconds remaining. Meaning this grand final is at a 2-2. And we will be going to the game 5.
Yep, we will be going to game 5. King Chris had the percentage advantage there anyway, so either way it was going to go to King Chris. So, alright, so we're going to have a game 5. King Chris needs to win this to force the bracket reset and force true finals. BR1 AV wins this next match, he wins the tournament. All right, we thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Mopool and Fall Night on the mic for you guys. Looks like we have the stage selection going on right now. Looks like we're going to go back to PS2 for the decisive game 5. BR1 AV wins this, he wins the tournament. King Chris wins this, we go to true finals.
To see
3, 2, 1, go!
in BR1's win. It's both win so far, but this could go any way.
Yeah, it absolutely could. I mean, definitely BR1 AV's had success on this. whereas King Chris has had success on Lilat. But again, with that C4 dropped, trying to hide as best he can. See if he can catch King Chris not knowing where it is.
The abilities of both these players are absolutely incredible. Especially with the way that BR1 tries to launch his Nikita and be able to drop it right on where he suspects King Chris is going to be.
Alrighty, so King Chris still trying to work his way in with it there. BR1 kind of trying to crouch to get around the Zaire.
Finally landing a quick dash attack there to try to get some damage on King Chris in the opening moment. King Chris, his dodges not quite allowing for too much.
It's interesting BR1 AB just throwing I think that's C4 just straight up in the air. I guess he's trying to see if he can stick on Chris.
Either stick on him or scare him with the explosion and move him to the direction he wants to.
Because King Chris is kind of just flying around the stage, he's flip kick, maybe trying to catch him in that flip kick with that projectile up in the air.
Try to see if he's going to get King Chris towards him, right on him.
Alright, so tries to catch him with a C4. Not there.
And I thought that pilot through very good service from both players. BR1 taking it very cautious, using a good number of grenades. Chris jumping around quite a bit, able to land several good hits on BR1, especially with that plasma weapon.
Yep. Still trying to catch us there with the plasma web. Sorry, still trying to catch BR1 with the plasma web, and he's up in percentage right now, but definitely not being terribly aggressive. Just kind of waiting for his opening.
Good C4 there on the very center of the King Chris. Ooh, unfortunately just dodged that with his dash attack.
Ooh, almost caught Chris with the C4 behind him. BR1 not able to recover, so King Chris will take that for stock.
Unfortunate there for BR1, but quickly moving in a little closer, it seems, to try to get extra damage there on King Chris.
Yep. So again, BR1 with that strategy, just trying to throw projectiles up in the air, see if it catches King Chris is kind of flying around the map. Gets a grab there. Forward air.
King Chris doing everything he can to try to prevent this from being a total BR1 win. BR1 not quite letting up so easily so far.
Nope, he is not. But right now, definitely King Chris is starting to make a big run. Tries. Ooh! Wow! King Chris clips him with the recovery, but not enough to take the stock. But that will the plasma whip, and King Chris with a commanding lead, trying to force two finals. Flip kick. BR1 is ready with the up tilt. BR1 catches Chris with that C4 on the top of the platform.
BR1 has a bit of ground to make up here. Chris taking more of a commanding lead on PS2. Not quite the result we saw in the last matches, but definitely the way that we thought it could have gone. Could have gone either way.
Yeah, I agree. Up gets a stun, tries to finish it with the boost kick, but just misses. And dashes, air dodges off the stage to even up the stocks. BR1 AP, it's going to be tough to come back, but he can do it. But King Chris, one plasma whip away from forcing true finals here. All right.
Be a very good attack, a very good kick there on BR1.
That's a slide. That's gonna. Oh, the grenade saves him from the boost kick.
At 171, though, he's playing a very, very dangerous game. Barely dodging that stun. Good.
Gets a down air there, and the flip kick will do it. King Chris takes that 3 games to 2 and will force true finals. You know, King Chris has been, he won last week, and he definitely is hungering to defend his Lagspike championship here, so, and he's been managed to force 2 finals here.
Yeah, so the true finals here about to start. Do you think we're going to be staying on PS2 or going back to Lila, Mel?
I mean, BR1 has definitely seemed to like PS2. It's a pretty, I mean, it's a pretty neutral stage for anyone, but I think he's definitely most comfortable with it. I think we're probably going to see the same 2 stages, honestly. And if King Chris gets a choice, he's probably going to go Lilat again. He's had success there. I don't see why he would not go there again.
We'll just have to see how it goes. BR1 has definitely been holding his own. With a very interesting result there at the end of the PS2 map, but should be starting here in just a moment to see what's going to happen here in the true finals.
Yep. All right. So again, we thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. Along with Fallen Knight here, doing commentary for Lagspike number 14, brought to you by Game Arena in Northern Virginia. So please make sure to follow our social media. But we also do more than just Smash on Wednesdays. We have Magic Gathering, D&D on Thursdays, MOBA Mondays. So if you want to check the store out, we are open. If you are not local to Northern Virginia, be sure to check us out at #studios.com/shop.
Plenty of interesting stuff to look forward to and keep enjoying right now. More Lagspikes on the way, and as Mel said, MOBA Mondays starting up here the upcoming Monday, where we are going to be playing some League of Legends for you all, and it's going to be interesting. Something a little different, something a little new, and something for everyone.
All right. Sounds like fun. Okay, so we're waiting for stage selection here.
Mm-hmm.
But I think King Chris definitely coming up strong in the last 2 matches. So I would think that King Chris definitely, has confidence on his side.
Especially coming out of 2 unanswered matches at the very end of the grand final. So here we come to the true finals. We'll have to see if we can keep that momentum up. Either way, it's going to be a very interesting matchup.
Yeah. All right, so see where we are going to go. And looks like we're just going to stay right at PS2. Oh, no skills? We have an update?
Since that was a very long set, we're going to take a quick bio break BR asked to go ahead and use the restroom real quick. So we're gonna give him a couple minutes to do that. So everyone, thank you for being here. We do appreciate all of you participating, viewing, following, also partaking in with Match Arena and whatnot. As I said in chat there, your engagement on that actually does help us support. So whether or not it's doing something along the lines of getting a pop, or we're going to be adding board games for the next time potentially. We have to talk about shipping and whatnot, but there are some other cool different features. If you have any suggestions for some digital stuff like a sponsorship tag, or if you want the VIP badge or something along those lines, we can talk about that for sure within the Discord. So we just want to make sure that we have a lot of different options available for you watching, for anyone who's partaking. And for right now, it's a free tournament, $150 for the top 3. And as we've said a lot of the times, if we can get more, we can sit there and start doing like top 5, top 8 again. So I do appreciate everyone coming out, and thank you for being here,
And, as No Skill says, that we do have our Discord. Correct me if I'm wrong, No Skills, but exclamation Discord will get us a link to the Discord here in the chat.
It should. If it doesn't, I'll fix it real quick. But yeah, we actually have over 500 people, and we have like Magic the Gathering, Valorant, Halo, Overwatch, a whole slew of different type of people in there. So like, it's an amazing community to start actually growing and building up, especially like. This is for the East Coast, but since we're doing online for COVID, the fact that we're going kind of across the nation kind of thing, and also like overseas and whatnot, it's actually really exciting for us. So glad to have all you here.
Great community we have out here. So if you're here for the Smash tournament, but you're not, you don't think that you want to get into something else other than Smash, as No Skill says, we do have plenty of other games available. And if you're in the Northern Virginia area, as Mel had said, that we do have a location in Chantilly that with the Phase 2 opening of Northern Virginia, we do have some things available for you up there. No Skills, I know we had a tournament last week. Is there anything like that planned coming soon?
Due to the availability, we're probably not going to do anything until July for the weekends, and we are playing it by ear as Virginia has held back on Phase 3 opening. Once Phase 3 kind of hits, we're kind of hoping to get larger crowds, but we can have up to 16, 18 people in our current facility because of our size. So, and we do have hand sanitizer, masks, gloves, all of that available. Also, we have dividers up, so if people can't sit there and play Magic the Gathering or play board games and not have to sit there and worry about cross-contamination from other tables and whatnot. So we're doing our best to be safe, but also trying to make sure that we keep our doors up.
No Skills.
If you want to see our if you go to our Facebook, which is one of the links that do pop up every once in a while, you can see our store hours and when we're available for. And even if you see, we can also pre-order things. If you see something, if you don't see something that you need, you don't see what you need, send us a message and we could probably talk to one of our distributors and get it out for you.
And it looks like with that, we are going to be heading into the first round of our Truth Finals between King Chris and BR1.
All right, well, looks like we're going to PS2 here.
All right, good. Start off strong. And let's go ahead. Let's see how this matchup's going to play out.
I feel like with King Chris winning the last 2 matches, he's going to come off pretty strong and already off to a pretty hot start here.
You think he's definitely carried a lot of the momentum on from the last 2 matches, playing a little bit more aggressive against BR1 than I've seen, especially on PS2.
Yeah, it almost feels like, BR1 might be playing on his back heel a little bit. I think King Chris, you know, we all know what King Chris can do. We've seen him the past couple weeks here, taking out Sonics. I think he's had wins against Meister even. He can turn on those jet boots, if you will. Gets the stun, converts with the boost kick, but not quite enough to take the stock. Snake, quite a heavy character, but still, he's living at 141%.
It's funny you said that right as King Chris made that move. BR1 trying to get King Chris in closer with the Nikita, but unfortunately, King Chris not falling for it, getting hit by the grenade and the dash attack. Far grenade on the far side from BR1, definitely hitting King Chris, trying to get him a little closer to the edge, but King Chris, yeah, King Chris nailing it with the plasma whip.
Alright, so King Chris definitely strong start, gets a grab there, tries to be with the flip kick, gets a jab lock there.
Like we said, King Chris definitely bringing that momentum out, already getting BR1 to almost equal percentage, even though he's down a stock. Very aggressive, very interesting gameplay from King Chris here right now.
I love how he just ducked underneath the stun, but King Chris again able to convert with the boost kick.
BR1 doing the best he can to try to make use of that down A, the down air from King Chris, but King Chris not really having any of it. The mortar launch.
BR1 read that flip kick off the stage, but the Nikita is going to take that stock there.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, it looks like BR1 read exactly where King Chris was going to land there for a moment, easily bringing back some of that percentage.
All right.
While he may be down a stock, it looks like he's trying to get closer in, and it's working out at the moment.
This is not a good situation here for BR1. He's going to get... Oh, gets stunned and connects with the flip, with the boost kick. King Chris, resounding Game 1 win.
Absolutely incredible. Do you think that this is going to change maps, or do you think that they're going to try to stay on PS2 for now?
I mean, PS2 has clearly been where BR1's been the most comfortable. I would not be surprised if they just kind of run it right back. But it just felt like King Chris reached and found another gear that match. Like once he won the last two matches, the true final, it's like he found something, and he's really coming alive right now in true finals, because that was a pretty solid win there.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt that. He's definitely playing a lot more aggressive than I've seen him play, especially earlier in the grand finals. But with those, like you said, those two wins, that momentum has seemed to propel him along. So if they instantly run it back to PS2, it'll be interesting to see if they try to change up the map. I was just trying to see if you thought that they would try to tilt it in their favor and go back to Lilac.
I mean, yeah. If King Chris has the choice, I think he's obviously been doing well on Lilac. But nope, we are running it right back to PS2. All right, here we go, game 2.
There it is, right back to PS2, as you said it should go.
3, 2, 1, go!
All right, again, King Chris just uses that grab and sets the tone.
Except they running in there, rather than dodging up, dodging down, and trying to get some good shots into BR1, trying to land that's initial stun on the corner.
Unanswered 53% damage right off the bat.
A good dodge there of BR1's grab.
Like, right now, you don't see BR1 putting that, you know, that field of grenades and projectiles that you saw him doing in earlier matches.
But a very good parry coming out from him there real quick, knocking King Chris up to 44%.
It's like he's gonna get stunned here, and he's gonna lose that stock quite quickly. All right, gets the.
As you said, definite lack of projectiles from BR1 compared to other matches. Almost like he's seeming to get King Chris in a little bit closer. Maybe trying to get a little more of that melee, a little more of those grabs
Yeah,
in.
he's being, you know, BR1's being reactive right now. And, like, King Chris is in the driver's seat. So he finally drops the T4 there. But King Chris able to work his way around it. Gets a grab. Waiting for the tether, waiting for the stun and almost connects with it. Like,
Incredible gameplay. Yeah, the BR1 definitely had some incredible gameplay there. First, dodging that first shot and able to jump over King Chris's forward advance.
Yeah, you know, BR1 AV has been successful, you know, the past couple tournaments we've seen him by just throwing that, you know, projectile nades, and he's not doing that right now.
Almost seems like now he's trying to force King Chris to allow him some kind of recovery, as the past couple times
He's
he's
getting
had
buried. So we saw that move from King Chris last week, where he's anticipating the jump out of the berry and has it ready with the boost kick. And that's exactly what he did. Again, King Chris, once again, with a commanding lead here. He'll take the Nikita there, but still, King Chris is, you know, absolutely in the driver's seat right now.
Oh yeah, whole stock ahead. BR1 seemingly earlier having to force King Chris to allow him to get any kind of recovery, but King Chris still putting in the hurt as soon as BR1 is able to get back on the stage. Some very good up airs to further juggle BR1.
He's getting juggled, like he's just getting juggled right now. This is total domination right now.
There it is, as I said, King Chris not playing so close to the edge to make sure that BR1 can make any kind of recovery. But
Barely made
close.
it. He barely made that back. He's just chasing right now. He's gonna get the grab to the up throw. Living at 141, another grab. Oof, barely makes that back. Hanging out there on the ledge, gets tilted for it, and gonna eat the forward air. King Chris, another resounding win, up 2-0 in true finals.
Yep, right now King Chris on a 2-0. King Chris on the final point here. Very interesting gameplay from both of them right now. King Chris definitely a lot more aggressive against BR1. BR1 using a lot fewer of those projectiles.
Yeah, it's certainly a strategy change there. But I think he might be trying to maybe react to what King Chris is throwing at him, and they're going to run it right back.
No breaks. We'll have to see how BR1 can take this one.
3, 2, 1, go!
King Chris just dashing around.
Yeah, very quick movements. Not even any attempt to attack there in the very early seconds. BR1 has started pulling out the grenades again, which seems to be working a little bit.
Yeah, it's like he's changing strategies. Oh no! he takes a very early SD, and absolutely not the way you want to start if you're BR1.
No. Almost looked like King Chris trying to pull BR1 there towards the edge, but no, King Chris able to get that grab and that throw towards the edge, forcing BR1 the high recovery.
Nice with the Plasma Whip. King Chris is just able to juggle BR1. That multi-hit of the Plasma Whip, he's able to parry the first hit of it, but he's going to get hit in subsequent hits. Barely misses that grab there.
That C4 unfortunately missing there for BR1, but King Chris on 123. BR1 circling the Nikita, waiting to see if he can hit King Chris. He does, going for another Nikita hit.
Oof. Yeah, King Chris, great job just waiting out that Nikita. Oh, gets stunned!
Stun to the jump boots.
Yeah, absolutely. So, again, King Chris, once again, absolutely in the driver's seat in tournament point here. Despite the strategy change from BR1, it worked maybe a little bit, but right now, it's still King Chris driving jaw block.
Those juggles from King Chris are unrelenting, unable to convert on that grab. Unfortunate for BR1.
Yeah, with the get-up attack. Oh, well, drops down, gets the up tilt to take that stock, but gets the tech. Oh, he's trying to finish it now.
King Chris seemingly done with this matchup at the moment.
Gets the berry. Was looking for the same conversion as the last match, but does not quite get it. Is able to shield against the stun. Gets the stun there.
The stun to the jump boots.
Not quite yet. Was trying for the big finish off the top, but still, you know, it is looking very, very tough for BR1 right now. And so BR1 with the dash tries for the stun.
It's hard to commentate with how Chris is moving and how his speed, and BR1's trying to counter. King Chris is not allowing that. A very good up smash and almost a parry there from BR1. A good attack to knock King Chris off the edge. King Chris is still very much in it. King Chris hitting what looks like one of BR1's grenades to get knocked off, but BR1...
That's oh, I was about to say he was going to get the quick grab there, but still, again, Snake very heavy. Still living at 172, living for his absolute tournament life right now.
It's going to be very interesting to see if he can try to pull this one back against King Chris at such a high percentage. Knocks King Chris down to very low shields, but...
Literally one more back air is going to take it! King Chris! Back-to-back Lagspike champion!
And that is it. King Chris has become once